A deadly virus outbreak is sweeping across the globe, leaving a trail of chaos and fear in its wake. This virus, which some are calling the resurgence virus, has brought about a wave of panic and confusion. Authorities are struggling to maintain control as cases of infected individuals rise. The number of casualties is rising by the hour, leaving communities devastated and mourning. Loved ones are forced to confront the unimaginable reality of watching their friends and family members succumb to this virus.
Ever wonder about your ancestry or what secrets might lie in your DNA? With Neogen Labs' home DNA test kit, you can do more than just trace your roots. You can unlock hidden abilities. Our cutting-edge analysis doesn't just tell you where you came from, it tells you where you're going. With a free mutation scan included in every kit, you'll know exactly what makes you unique. Neogen Labs, because the future is in your blood. Warning: unauthorized samples may result in unexpected results.
Here on the streets of LA, bustling neighborhoods are now deserted, the eerie silence interrupted only by the moans of the infected. Residents are barricading themselves in their homes, unsure of who they can trust.
Indicate that the CDC is working around the clock to contain the outbreak. They're advising citizens to stay indoors, avoid any contact with the infected, and report any sightings to the authorities immediately.
The infection is spreading rapidly, overwhelming hospitals and emergency services. Hospitals are now overwhelmed, and makeshift treatment centers are being set up to accommodate them.
Feeling tired, achy, or just weird? Try Zenefex 3000, the revolutionary new supplement designed to boost your energy, enhance your focus, and improve your lifespan. Zenefex 3000 is clinically proven to give you that extra oomph you need thanks to our patented biorestorative serum, sourced ethically, we promise. Side effects may include occasional skin irritation, mild groaning, and an uncontrollable craving for, well, but let's not get into that. Ask your doctor if Zenefex 3000 is right for you. Kensington Pharmaceuticals, turning yesterday's failures into today's miracles.
Good evening, I'm James Paker, and welcome to this special report on the ongoing resurgence virus outbreak. Tonight, we focus on a vulnerable population that's at the forefront of this crisis: the homeless community in Los Angeles. The homeless population, already facing numerous challenges, now finds itself in the crosshairs of the virus's deadly spread. In a heart-wrenching twist, the very individuals society often overlooks are now bearing the brunt of this pandemic. I'm here on the streets of Los Angeles, where the homeless population is grappling with the devastating impact of the resurgence virus. Overcrowded shelters, lack of access to sanitation facilities, and limited healthcare options have created a perfect storm for the virus's rapid transmission. As we've seen, the virus doesn't discriminate, and the homeless population, lacking the resources to protect themselves, faces an even graver risk.
I mean, what is it going to take for me to, you know what I mean, basically like get out from over here? And she said, why didn't I take what was offered? And so it's like, not that I didn't want it, it's just, it's way out of my way from where I originally stay at.
Advocacy groups and local organizations are stepping up to provide support, but the scale of the challenge is immense. Outreach teams are working tirelessly to provide information, hygiene kits, and medical assistance to those in need. Authorities are working to establish safe spaces for the homeless to isolate themselves and receive medical attention if necessary. These efforts are crucial not only for the well-being of the homeless, but also for containing the virus's spread within the broader community. But the road ahead is difficult. Many homeless individuals suffer from underlying health conditions, which puts them at a higher risk of severe illness if infected. The lack of access to regular healthcare exacerbates this vulnerability. The situation also highlights the systemic issues that have contributed to the homelessness crisis in Los Angeles and beyond. Addressing homelessness isn't just about providing temporary relief. It's about creating lasting solutions that ensure everyone has access to safe housing and healthcare. Despite the challenges, the homeless community... Mutual aid networks are forming, with homeless individuals looking out for one another and sharing resources. As we confront this crisis, it's a stark reminder that we're all interconnected. The well-being of one group directly impacts the well-being of society as a whole. The homeless crisis has magnified this truth, reminding us of our shared humanity. Thank you for joining us for this special report on the homeless community's plight in the face of the resurgence virus outbreak. Let's continue to work together to find solutions that protect the most vulnerable among us. From all of us here, stay safe and remember that our collective actions can make a difference. Good night.
With hospitals compromised, it's crucial to know where you can find safety and support. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, has outlined guidelines for secure locations during a zombie apocalypse. The CDC recommends seeking refuge in locations that are easily defensible and well-stocked with essentials. Look for areas with limited entry points, strong barriers, and ample supplies of food, water, and medical provisions. Avoid densely populated places that can attract hordes of zombies. According to the CDC guidelines, safe zones include military bases. Equipped with trained personnel, weapons, and fortified perimeters, military bases offer a strong line of defense against the undead threat. Rural retreats. Remote cabins, farms, or isolated communities can provide safety away from urban centers and the masses of infected. Prisons. With secure walls and facilities, prisons can serve as viable safe zones. Just be cautious of any remaining inmates. Underground facilities. Bunkers, tunnels, or underground parking structures offer protection from the relentless undead. High grounds. Mountains, hills, or elevated areas are harder for zombies to access and provide a strategic vantage point. The key to survival is adaptability and resourcefulness. The situation can change rapidly, so always stay informed through emergency broadcasts like this one. Keep your communication devices charged, travel in groups, and conserve your resources. If you're in need of assistance or have valuable information to share, call the helpline at We're in This Together, and your safety is our top priority. Stay vigilant, stay strong, and stay alive. This has been your emergency broadcast, bringing you news in the face of adversity. Until next time, stay safe and stay tuned.
Feeling sluggish? Need a little boost? Bright Glow Energy Drink has the power to keep you moving, no matter what. Packed with exclusive electrolytes and experimental compounds straight from the Bright Glow lab, this isn't just an energy drink, it's an experience.
Remember the taste of simpler times? At Mom's Homemade Canned Goods, we seal the goodness of farm fresh veggies, juicy meats, and secret spices into every jar. Our new Backyard Harvest blend uses ingredients so fresh, they're practically alive. Don't ask how we grow our veggies so fast. It's just Mom's little secret. Stock up today, because who knows when you'll need a good meal. Or 10. Mom's Homemade Canned Goods. Taste the love. Consume before 2028 for best results.
We cannot hold them off. Operator of the 6th zone. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. This is the moment that we need some help. We knew this was going to happen. Now we're ready more than ever to people, and that moment will define us forever. If anyone can hear us, please, we need you. Our hearts go out to the brave ones taking a stand.
With unprecedented challenges, we shed light on the struggles faced by our senior citizens and the strategies in place to support them. In these times of uncertainty, our senior citizens confront a host of unique challenges. From mobility limitations to medical needs, the impact of isolation, and more, their journey through this crisis is both poignant and vital to explore. Tonight, we bring you an in-depth look at the obstacles faced by our elderly and the strategies put forth to ensure their safety and well-being. The elderly face heightened vulnerability due to reduced mobility, particularly during moments of crisis. navigating hazardous terrain in the presence of a resurgent virus can be treacherous. With healthcare systems strained to their limits, many seniors struggle to access essential medical care and medications. Their health is on the line as they contend with limited resources. As social interactions dwindle due to lockdowns and evacuation protocols, the elderly grapple with the debilitating effects of isolation, leading to feelings of loneliness and despair. Technological advancements often leave older generations disconnected from vital information channels. Accessing critical updates on safe zones and emergency procedures poses a challenge. Reading safe zones tailored to the elderly is imperative. Equipped with medical facilities and essential supplies, these zones also accommodate mobility challenges. Dedicated medical teams are stepping up to bridge the healthcare gap, providing crucial services to elderly individuals in their sheltered environments. These teams are a lifeline. Volunteers are lending a hand to the elderly, assisting with tasks such as carrying supplies, aiding mobility, and providing much-needed companionship. Blending traditional media like radio with modern methods ensures that emergency broadcasts reach every segment of the population, including the elderly. Remote counseling services and virtual support groups are vital resources combating the emotional toll of isolation and depression. As we face these daunting times, the resilience of our society is measured by our commitment to safeguarding every citizen, regardless of age. Through understanding, compassion, and action, we can stand together, ensuring the well-being and security of our elderly population. Should you have elderly family members in need or wish to extend your support, please reach out to the helpline. Let's remember that even as the resurgent virus challenges our world, our humanity and unity remain unwavering. Thank you for joining us for this special report on the genuine impact of the resurgent virus on the elderly. In these trying times, our collective empathy and determination make all the difference. Stay informed, stay connected, and most importantly, stay safe.
Craving something bold? Sink your teeth into Chef Bob's Mystery Meats, now with our signature special blend. Our meat is sourced from, well, let's just say it's locally unique. Packed with protein and flavor, Chef Bob's will leave you wondering what you just ate, but in the best way possible. Chef Bob's, where every bite's a surprise, may contain traces of unidentifiable animal parts.
At Megacorp AgroSolutions, we're revolutionizing farming. With BioYield 2.0, we've engineered crops that grow faster, resist disease, and are fortified with enhanced proteins you can't find anywhere else. BioYield isn't just feeding the world, it's transforming it. Taste the future today. Warning, not FDA approved. May attract unregistered pests. Megacorp, because the future won't wait.
This is an emergency alert message. This is not a test. This warning is for the following area: states located on the east coast of the United States and surrounding areas. A viral outbreak has occurred. It is highly contagious and lethal. Please stay in your homes and do not panic. If you come into contact
violent mobs. Today the military was said to have been dispatched, but we have learnt that's not going to happen. They've sealed off most of London as far as the M25 motorway. But we don't know why that's happened. People are scared. People are terrified.
Why settle for cats or dogs when you can own a rad pet? At Rad Pet Exotics, we specialize in genetically enhanced pets that are bigger, smarter, and more exciting. Our animals are bred for companionship, durability, and, well, let's just say they'll keep you on your toes. Visit Rad Pet today and take home the next generation of pets. Rad Pet, your new best friend might outlive you.
No, we'll shortly be going live to our correspondent in India, where there have been reports in the past 24 hours of a deadly disease spreading rapidly across much of the country. As yet, the cause and nature of the disease are unknown. We now go to our India correspondent live in New Delhi, where the situation is rapidly worsening. So what is happening there on the streets, Jason?
Well, yes, Richard, currently the disease is still unknown. We have reports of rapid infection followed by toxic shock soon after the victims' hearts have stopped. However, these reports are largely unconfirmed. It also seems that mass hysteria and panic has turned into violence, causing mass riots, involving literally tens of thousands of people. We've also been told that victims of the disease have become very violent and also responsible for hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths. It is also said that they attack any humans that they come in contact with, even friends and family.
Do they know how the disease is spread yet?
No, unfortunately, we still have no solid evidence of how the disease has spread. Although anything at this point would be pure speculation, doctors, however, have been trying to examine victims in the quarantine, but this is proving to be difficult because they are not able to be sedated properly and they are very violent. Despite reports that victims have been dying within hours of contracting the virus.
Do you have any idea of the current number of victims in India? Have the Indian government released any of that information yet?
Well, yes, as you know, India has one of the biggest populations in the world, and this disease, we've actually been told this disease has spread across the Mumbai slums already, and there have been reported outbreaks in at least 5 other major cities. There's also current estimates by the government that indicates that there are 900,000 casualties in the last 24 hours.
So what warnings and help are the Indian government giving the people?
Well, the Indian government is urging people to stay calm and stay indoors. They've been told people not to go near any victims, only to go out in extreme emergency, and otherwise people should stay in their homes at all times. All foreign nationals have been told to return to their countries as soon as possible, and all inbound flights have been diverted away from Indian airspace.
Well, I'm afraid we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Richard.
Love your furry friend? So do we. That's why Happy Paws Pet Food is now fortified with our exclusive LifeSpark formula, designed to keep pets feeling young, playful, and vibrant. Our unique ingredients are sourced from advanced labs and enriched with nutrients found in unusual places. Your pets will never be the same, guaranteed. Happy Paws, because pets deserve a little extra life.
We're joined in our studio now by Alec Charles, spokesman for the Ministry of Defence. Mr. Charles, thank you for joining us. Now, do you think the military's handling of the current crisis has been sufficient?
Yes, our response to the crisis has been swift. We've been working hard to bring the situation under control, and we're doing everything possible to contain the problem. I can confirm that a buffer zone has been set up around London to ensure the violence doesn't spread any further.
Yes, but Mr. Charles, the government has been heavily criticised for not redeploying military units stationed overseas here in the UK. Now, these troops account for a large percentage of our military strength. In light of the worsening situation, will this option now be reconsidered?
Our forces overseas will remain exactly where they are. Our commitments haven't changed, and we've assured the international community that Britain will not be bringing her troops back home. This is a global problem, and our forces overseas are needed more than ever before. We're confident that here in Britain, we can restore law and order with our existing level of troops.
Well, surely, Mr. Charles, this can't be the case. Many people see the creation of this buffer zone as separating London and parts of the south of England a clear indication that the military have in fact lost control and that millions of people are being abandoned.
That is absolutely not the case. We've installed martial law across the whole of the south of England. There's a 24-hour curfew in place. People have to stay at home for their own safety's sake until this problem has passed.
Now, we've had unconfirmed reports that all military units and emergency service personnel currently operating south of this buffer zone have in fact been ordered to withdraw. Now, how can you possibly expect to maintain a curfew if any kind of law enforcement has been withdrawn from this area?
The gangs of rioters in their thousands are swarming through the streets of London at the moment. They're destroying buildings, they're attacking people indiscriminately. At the moment, we're in a strong position to stop the violence in its tracks. We've got the buffer zone in place, and that acts as a vacuum between the rioters and the rest of the country, enabling us to control and contain the violence, which is our highest priority.
It's widely thought that these riots actually began in London. Now, if this was the case, Surely swift intervention by the military, working in conjunction with the emergency services, would have been enough to contain the situation and keep it limited to London. However, we now know that London has been cordoned off by the military and no attempt whatsoever is being made to intervene. And in fact, to restore law and order in the capital other than that already being made by London-based emergency services.
Before this widespread violence reached Britain, dozens of other countries affected with similar outbreaks of lawlessness and rioting, including the United States, decided to impose a national health hazard, and they attempted to quarantine the affected areas. Having information about this in advance of any rioting breaking out in this country, we decided, because of that, to proceed with caution when approaching the problem.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charles, I'm unsure exactly what it is you're saying. Are you trying to say to me that we're dealing with a breakdown of law and order, or is this in fact a pandemic?
We're not sure at the moment.
Okay, well, I think we'll have to end it there. Thank you for your time.
Ever wonder about your ancestry or what secrets might lie in your DNA? With Neogen Labs' home DNA test kit, you can do more than just trace your roots. You can unlock hidden abilities. Our cutting-edge analysis doesn't just tell you where you came from, it tells you where you're going. With a free mutation scan included in every kit, you'll know exactly what makes you unique. Neogen Labs, because the future is in your blood. Warning: unauthorized samples may result in unexpected results.
Love your furry friend? So do we. That's why Happy Paws Pet Food is now fortified with our exclusive LifeSpark formula, designed to keep pets feeling young, playful, and vibrant. Our unique ingredients are sourced from advanced labs and enriched with nutrients found in unusual places. Your pets will never be the same. Guaranteed. Happy Paws. Because pets deserve a little extra life.
I'm told we're now going live to our military correspondent.
I'm just outside the town of Sandy in Bedfordshire. Sandy has a population of about 12,000 people. About 4 hours ago, the army moved into the town, including the troop I'm currently attached to, in order to aid the police in this evacuation.
Well, what's happening there now? Has the evacuation been successful?
Well, as you can see, the town's directly behind me. The military have left the town and withdrawn to one of the outlying hills, so it appears as though the evacuation has been abandoned.
Well, do you know why? Are those gunshots we can hear in the background?
Yes, we've been hearing sporadic gunfire for the past 20 minutes, so it seems as though the pandemic has reached us here and the military are engaging those affected.
Victoria, do you think the military will be able to contain the situation?
Well, as I said earlier, the population here is 12,000. The military detachment assigned to the town was 50 or 60 soldiers, most of which we lost contact with at this stage, so it doesn't look good. We're now deep inside the buffer zone, which is a huge blow to the Army's efforts to stop the spread of the virus.
What's happening now?
I think some of the soldiers have just withdrawn from the town. Let's see if we can go and have a closer look. I think they're down here. Just need to get closer.
Victoria, can you hear me?
On me! On me! No! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, it appears we've lost contact with our military correspondent. We'll try and pick that one up again later just to see how the evacuation is getting on. We apologise for any technical difficulties.
Episodes of screaming and bleeding of the eyes. We have breaking news. There have been reports of cannibalistic behavior among the infected. I repeat, infected individuals are displaying cannibalistic tendencies. The attacks on
Cannibalism have something to do with the brain of the newly infected subjects.
There's buffer zones. Anyone infected with this virus will attack those uninfected on sight. I can only urge members of the public to stay in their homes and avoid contact with anyone you suspect carrying this virus. At this point, we do believe the only method of contraction is through direct contact with an infected individual. Many of those patients admitted to the hospitals or who have reported to evacuation centers have been carrying terrible injuries, the most common being bite marks and deep lacerations. So at this point, we believe the virus is spread through either the blood or saliva of the affected.
We seem to have lost it there. I'm sure you would have found that announcement as shocking and unbelievable as I did. Although events we have witnessed within the last few hours seem undeniable.
Craving something bold? Sink your teeth into Chef Bob's Mystery Meats, now with our signature special blend. Our meat is sourced from, well, let's just say it's locally unique. Packed with protein and flavor, Chef Bob's will leave you wondering what you just ate, but in the best way possible. Chef Bob's, where every bite's a surprise, may contain traces of unidentifiable animal parts.
Love your furry friend? So do we. That's why Happy Paws Pet Food is now fortified with our exclusive LifeSpark formula, designed to keep pets feeling young, playful, and vibrant. Our unique ingredients are sourced from advanced labs and enriched with nutrients found in unusual places. Your pets will never be the same, guaranteed. Happy Paws, because pets deserve a little extra life.
We are getting reports from all over the country that the recently deceased are rising up. These undead are attacking anything living, which is rapidly swelling their numbers. Advice from the police is to stay inside, lock all doors and windows, call 999 and stay as quiet as possible. If caught out in the open, run. Do not walk, because they are much faster than they first appear. Do not confront them, because any bite or open wound...
Operator of the 6 zone. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. This is the moment that we need to come help. We knew this was going to happen. Now we're ready more than ever to people, and that moment will define us forever. If anyone can hear us, please, we need you. Our hearts go out to the brave ones taking a stand.
It doesn't seem like they can hear us. Maybe they're not listening at all. If we want to get to the source of that transmission, we'll have to go beyond our closest neighborhood.
Good evening, listeners. I'm here with Sarah Johnson, a survivor who witnessed the first violent incidents of the Neuro Rage outbreak. Sarah, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us about your experience?
Thank you for having me. It was a terrifying experience, to say the least. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home from work when I heard shouting and commotion up ahead. As I turned the corner, I saw a group of people attacking each other with unbelievable ferocity. It was like something out of a horror movie. I was in shock, to be honest. I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. It was as if these people had been possessed by some kind of primal rage. I knew I had to get out of there as quickly as possible, so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me.
That sounds harrowing. What was going through your mind at that moment? How did you manage to escape unharmed?
I was lucky, I guess. I found a back alley and hid until the sounds of violence died down. When I finally ventured back out onto the street, it was like a war zone. There were abandoned cars, broken windows, and bloodstains everywhere. It was like the world had been turned upside down in a matter of minutes.
What was your reaction when you learned that this was just the beginning of a global pandemic?
I was terrified, to be honest. The thought that this could happen on a much larger scale was unimaginable. I immediately called my family and urged them to stay indoors and stay safe. It's been a nightmare ever since.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Sarah. Our thoughts are with you and all those affected by this crisis.
Thank you. And to everyone listening, please stay safe out there.
Hungry? You'll be glad to find a stash of Nature's Way and Hiker's Heaven meals. Favorites like Trailmaster Beef Jerky and Mountain Scramble Breakfast Pack. These aren't just snacks. They're your lifeline, and if you're lucky enough to come across some Rocky River beverages, crack one open and take a sip of the good old days, because some things are worth holding on to.
Out on the open road, need to keep your wheels spinning and your back protected? Check out Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles, the name trusted. From the Forge Line Cruiser to the Rebel Steel Jacket, these bikes and accessories are built tough for whatever comes your way. Ready for anything, just like you. Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles are built for rugged terrain, but always ride responsibly. Follow safety guidelines. Limited stock available in certain areas. See store for details.
The World Health Organization has declared a global pandemic in response to the rapid spread of the neurorage virus. We bring you the latest updates on this critical development. In a historic announcement, the WHO has officially elevated the neurorage outbreak to pandemic status, citing its widespread and uncontrolled transmission across continents. This declaration signals a call to action for nations around the world to intensify their efforts in combating this deadly virus. The decision comes as countries grapple with escalating cases of violence and mounting casualties. Hospitals are overwhelmed, medical supplies are dwindling, and citizens are gripped by fear and uncertainty. In response to the pandemic declaration, governments are implementing unprecedented measures to contain the spread of the virus. Travel restrictions, quarantine protocols, and social distancing guidelines are being enforced in a bid to curb transmission and protect public health. World leaders have issued statements urging calm and cooperation in the face of this global crisis. They emphasize the importance of solidarity and unity in confronting the challenges posed by the neurorage pandemic. However, as the pandemic continues to unfold, questions remain about the effectiveness of current containment efforts and the availability of resources to support overwhelmed healthcare systems. Experts warn that the road ahead will be long and arduous, with the potential for further escalation of the crisis if decisive action is not taken swiftly. The world watches with bated breath as nations come together in a race against time to stem the tide of violence and save lives.
Keep your ride in top shape with Gearhead Moto. Grizzly chain and gear kits or Survivor Series tires, built to handle anything the road throws at you. Gravel, dust, or the unexpected. Gearhead Moto guarantees quality, but your safety is still your responsibility. Not all parts are available in every region. Prices vary by location.
What's your emergency?
I'm at home and there's this man.
Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. What's your location and the nature of your emergency?
He's trying to break in. I don't know what to do.
Okay, ma'am. I've dispatched officers to your location. Can you tell me if you're in a safe place?
I'm hiding in the closet. I'm so scared. Please, hurry.
Help is on the way, ma'am. Stay on the line with me. Can you describe the man to me? Do you know him?
No, I've never seen him before. He's banging on the door, screaming. He looks deranged.
I understand, ma'am.
I hear him. He's breaking in.
Try to stay quiet and keep the line open. Officers will be there soon. Ma'am, listen to me. Stay calm and stay quiet. The officers are outside. They're coming to help you. We've lost contact with the caller. Units on scene. Proceed with extreme caution.
Good afternoon, listeners. I'm joined today by Dr. Rebecca Chen, a terrorism expert, to shed light on the motives behind the recent terrorist attack involving the release of the neurorage virus.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Chen, thank you for joining us. Dr. Chen, what can you tell us about the possible motives behind this heinous act of terrorism?
While it's difficult to speculate without concrete evidence, it's possible that the perpetrators have political or ideological grievances against Western nations.
Do you believe a specific agenda or ideology is driving the perpetrators?
The release of a bioweapon like the neurorage virus could be seen as a form of retaliation or a means to challenge perceived injustices.
What are the potential ramifications of such a terrorist attack on a global scale?
The consequences could be catastrophic. Not only does the neurorage pandemic pose a significant public health threat, but it also has far-reaching implications for global security and stability. The widespread fear and panic generated by the attack could further exacerbate tensions and fuel extremist ideologies.
What measures do you believe should be taken to prevent similar attacks in the future?
Preventing future terrorist attacks requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both the root causes of terrorism and strengthens global counterterrorism efforts. This includes enhancing intelligence sharing and cooperation among nations, addressing socioeconomic grievances that may fuel radicalization and promoting tolerance and understanding among diverse communities.
Thank you for your insights, Dr. Chen.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Rebecca Chen, providing expert analysis on the motives behind the recent terrorist attack involving the release of the NeuroRange.
Good evening, this is Global News Network, and I'm Diane Carter with breaking developments from across the globe. Tonight, authorities are sounding the alarm over an unusual spike in wolf attacks, with incidents reported in rural communities across North America and parts of Eastern Europe. Wildlife experts say the sudden rise in aggressive behavior is unprecedented and deeply troubling. In Montana, a farmer narrowly escaped with his life after being cornered by a pack of wolves on his property, a scenario more reminiscent of folklore than modern reality. Here's what he had to say.
They didn't seem scared of me, or the gun I fired in the air. Usually wolves scatter, but these kept coming. I don't know what's gotten into them.
Similar reports have surfaced from northern Canada, where park rangers describe wolves exhibiting an eerie lack of fear around humans. These wolves, according to witnesses, appear gaunt and agitated, attacking livestock and even venturing into towns. Here's Dr. Evelyn Hart, a wildlife biologist with the University of Alberta, on what might be causing this behavior.
Wolves are naturally elusive predators, so this level of aggression is highly abnormal. It could be linked to a scarcity of food, an environmental trigger, or possibly a disease altering their behavior. We're analyzing samples from affected areas to get to the bottom of this.
Adding to the mystery, some of the affected wolves have displayed symptoms eerily similar to rabies, foaming mouths, erratic movements. But initial tests have come back negative for the virus. Speculation is swirling online, with some suggesting a connection to recent reports of strange illnesses in other species, including birds in France and humans in China. Social media platforms are abuzz with conspiracy theories, tying these incidents to genetic experiments, environmental changes, and even the aforementioned wheat strain, Vitalis 23. But not everyone is jumping to conclusions. Ranger Paul Becker from Yellowstone National Park urges caution.
Wolves are integral to ecosystems, and this could just be a rare natural anomaly. Let's not vilify the species without concrete evidence. That said, people should take precautions, keep livestock secured, and avoid wooded areas at night.
For now, governments in affected regions are issuing advisories, encouraging residents to stay indoors after dusk and report any unusual wildlife sightings. Is this another isolated wildlife event, or part of something much larger unfolding? As always, we'll keep you updated as new details emerge. Coming up after the break, a record-breaking solar storm disrupt global communications this week. We'll bring you expert insights and what you need to know. Stay with us on Global News Network.
Hungry? You'll be glad to find a stash of Nature's Way and Hiker's Heaven meals, with favorites like Trailmaster Beef Jerky and Mountain Scramble Breakfast Pack. These aren't just snacks. They're your lifeline, and if you're lucky enough to come across some Rocky River beverages, crack one open and take a sip of the good old days, because some things are worth holding on to.
Good evening, listeners. This is Global News Network, bringing you the stories that shape our world. I'm James Peterson. Our top story tonight, groundbreaking discovery in agriculture, or so it seems. Scientists at the International Crop Research Institute in Hyderabad, India, have announced the development of a genetically modified wheat strain capable of withstanding extreme weather conditions. This new strain, dubbed Vitalis 23, has been heralded as a potential solution to global food insecurity, particularly as climate change wreaks havoc on traditional farming practices. Here's lead researcher Dr. Arjun Mehta with more details.
The genetic modifications in Vitalis 23 allow it to grow in arid and nutrient-poor soils while resisting common plant diseases. Early trials have shown crop yields increasing by nearly 40% in regions struggling with drought. This could be a game changer for feeding the world's growing population.
Sounds promising, doesn't it? But not everyone is celebrating. Environmental advocacy groups are already raising concerns about the long-term impact of Vitalis 23. Some have criticized the involvement of multinational biotech companies like GenBio Corp, who funded the research and hold patents on the genetic technology. Critics worry this could lead to monopolies on food production and unforeseen ecological consequences.
This isn't about feeding the hungry. It's about profit and control, playing with nature, and we'll all pay the price.
Into the controversy. An anonymous whistleblower from within GenBio Corp has alleged that the wheat strain's development included experiments with bioenhancement, a technique usually associated with military and medical research. Here's what our investigative journalist Sarah Linton uncovered during her deep dive.
While Vitalis 23 was presented as a purely agricultural breakthrough, leaked documents suggest that its development included trials involving the interaction of genetically modified organisms with human immune systems. The goal? to create crops that could potentially boost immunity in populations suffering from malnutrition. However, experts I've spoken with warn that such experiments could have unintended side effects, including unforeseen interactions with existing pathogens.
BioCorp has strongly denied these claims, calling them baseless rumors intended to derail scientific progress. But the speculation has added fuel to a growing conspiracy theory online. Genetically modified organisms, including Vitalis 23, have unforeseen impacts on global health, while no direct links have been proven. It's worth noting that some of the regions testing Vitalis 23 are close to areas experiencing unexplained outbreaks of illness. I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions, listeners. Stay tuned for updates as this story develops. Coming up after the break, exclusive interview with an astronaut who's just returned from the International Space Station. Did he see up there that left him speechless? Find out after this short message from our sponsors.
Out on the open road. Need to keep your wheels spinning and your back protected? Check out Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles, the name trusted. From the Forge Line Cruiser to the Rebel Steel Jacket, these bikes and accessories are built tough for whatever comes your way. Ready for anything, just like you. Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles are built for rugged terrain, but always ride responsibly. Follow safety guidelines. Limited stock available in certain areas. See store for details.
Keep your ride in top shape with Gearhead Moto. Grizzly chain and gear kits are Survivor Series tires, built to handle anything the road throws at you. Gravel, dust, or the unexpected. Gearhead Moto guarantees quality, but your safety is still your responsibility. Not all parts are available in every region. Prices vary by location.
This is Global News Network, bringing you breaking developments from around the world. Our top story tonight, a glimmer of hope, or perhaps more questions, in the ongoing mystery illness gripping southeastern China. Rumours have surfaced of a potential cure for the illness, which has sparked fear with its rabies-like symptoms and isolated outbreaks. Earlier today, Dr. Wei Zhang, head of the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, held a press conference in Beijing, claiming promising results from a new treatment. Here's what he had to say.
Our dedicated researchers have been working tirelessly around the clock. I am pleased to announce that we have developed a treatment that shows significant potential to neutralize the illness in its early stages. Clinical trials are ongoing, but early results are encouraging. We ask for the global community's patience as we continue our work.
Dr. Zhang's announcement was met with a mix of relief and skepticism. He declined to provide specifics on the treatment's ingredients, testing methods, or distribution timeline, citing ongoing trials. While Chinese state media has lauded the announcement as a breakthrough, international health experts remain cautious. Some critics have raised concerns about transparency, pointing out that information about the illness and its origins has been sparse from the start. Here's Dr. Elaine Rogers, an epidemiologist with the World Health Organization, speaking earlier today.
Any potential treatment is welcome news, of course. But it's essential to approach this with a scientific lens. Without peer-reviewed data or international collaboration, it's impossible to confirm the safety or effectiveness of this treatment.
On the streets of Beijing, reactions have been mixed. Some residents are hopeful, eager for any sign of a resolution, while others remain deeply skeptical. Social media platforms have lit up with both cautious optimism and accusations of government propaganda. Meanwhile, the illness continues to baffle health professionals worldwide. Neighbouring countries are ramping up border controls and health screenings, with Japan and South Korea announcing tighter quarantine measures today. As this story develops, we'll keep you informed with the latest updates. Now, the world watches and waits, hoping that the cure is more than just a rumour. Stay tuned to Global News Network for continuing coverage. Coming up next, would this year's record heatwaves signal a permanent climate shift? We'll hear from environmental experts after this break. Stay with us.
There in the wild, you need more than just grit. You need weapons you can trust. With Black Hawk Armaments and Guardian Tactical Solutions, you'll find everything from the Eagle Eye Sniper Rifle to the Defender Tactical Vest. Ready to fight back, gear up, and never be caught off guard. Black Hawk Armaments and Guardian Tactical Solutions firearms are for licensed users only. Always follow local laws. Use with caution, availability subject to change.
Good evening, listeners. Truly strange and unsettling phenomenon is unfolding in France, where flocks of birds have begun displaying aggressive and erratic behavior, attacking people in public spaces. From rural areas in the southwest to major cities like Bordeaux and Lyon, reports of these unusual incidents are spreading rapidly. Witnesses describe swarms of birds swooping down, pecking with unusual ferocity, and in some cases, pursuing individuals even after an attack. Spoke with a victim, Marie Duval from Bordeaux, who recounted her frightening experience.
I was just walking to the market when, all of a sudden, these birds came out of nowhere. The one just flying around. They were attacking me. pecking at my arms and head. I had to run into a shop to get away. It was terrifying.
Local hospitals report a spike in bird-related injuries, and veterinary experts are scrambling for answers. Spoke with Dr. Marie Allard, a leading ornithologist based in London.
Bird behaving aggressively toward humans, especially in large numbers, is extraordinarily rare. We are investigating potential cause, perhaps environmental, toxins, or an unknown viral infection. However, the rabies-like symptoms they exhibit are perplexing, as rabies does not affect birds. We are truly in uncharted territory here.
Adding to the urgency, Jean-Luc Bisset from France's National Agency for Wildlife Health shared his concerns.
What's most troubling is the birds' disregard for their own safety. The attack as though driven by something beyond instinct. It's highly abnormal, and we are coordinating with wildlife health organizations to uncover the cause.
Social media is ablaze with videos of the attacks, posted under hashtags like #birdattack and #strangeillness, capturing public fascination and fear. While some online users joke about the bird apocalypse, many are genuinely alarmed. Speculation is also growing about a possible link to recent rabies-like illnesses in humans reported in China, though no concrete evidence connects the two. French health officials have issued warnings, advising people to avoid interactions with wild birds and report unusual behavior immediately. Meanwhile, scientists across the globe are closely watching the situation. Dr. Allard noted,
"This is not just a local issue. The cause turns out to be viral. There's a risk it could spread beyond France. For now, public vigilance is crucial."
Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. In the meantime, keep safe, avoid large groups of birds, and remain vigilant.
You out of food? Keep your strength up with Nature's Way foods and Hiker's Heaven meals. From the Trailmaster beef, jerky to the Mountain Scramble breakfast pack, these easy-to-prepare meals are perfect for when the going gets tough. Nature's Way foods and Hiker's Heaven meals are best when consumed in moderate quantities. Not recommended for long-term storage in extreme conditions. Always check expiration date.
Thirsty? Rocky River Beverages offers you a taste of the old world with Rocky River Lager and Cascade Soda. Crack one open and savor the memories of a time when things were simpler. Rocky River Beverages are for adult consumers only. Drink responsibly. Limited availability.
Good evening. This is Global News Network, bringing you the latest headlines from around the world. We begin tonight with growing concerns about a strange and troubling pattern of behavior being reported among household pets. Small towns and cities across the globe. Veterinarians are reporting a surge in cases of dogs and cats exhibiting aggressive, erratic behavior. Experts are baffled by the sudden onset of what many are calling rabies-like symptoms, though testing has yet to confirm the disease. Wisconsin, a family narrowly escaped a tragic incident when their normally friendly Labrador retriever attacked their young daughter without warning. Fortunately, the girl was unharmed, but the family is left shaken. His family member Karen Morris, speaking earlier today.
Buddy was always so gentle until last night. He just snapped. His eyes, something about them didn't look right. I've never seen him like that. He had to call animal control to take him away, but I just don't understand.
Similar cases are being reported from London to Tokyo, where local authorities are urging pet owners to monitor their animals for any unusual behavior. Animal shelters in affected areas are being inundated with calls, and some are even suspending new adoptions until the situation is better understood. Compounding the mystery, wildlife experts are raising alarms over an uptick in aggressive bird attacks. Southern California, a flock of crows reportedly swarmed a farmer, leaving him with minor injuries. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, authorities have issued warnings after several joggers were attacked by seagulls near a coastal park. Here's Dr. Alan Chen, a veterinary scientist with the World Animal Health Organization.
These behaviors are highly unusual and deeply concerning. While rabies is always a possibility, the spread and scope of these incidents suggest there may be another factor at play, possibly environmental or even a new pathogen we haven't identified. Yet, our team is working tirelessly to analyze samples and determine the cause.
As reports continue to pour in, social media has been flooded with alarming videos of pets and wildlife behaving strangely. However, many experts are cautioning against panic, reminding the public that sensationalism can sometimes overshadow facts. In the meantime, authorities recommend keeping pets indoors, avoiding direct contact with unfamiliar animals, and reporting any unusual behavior to local animal control agencies. As we monitor these unsettling developments, stay tuned for updates. Coming up after the break, it's behind the record high number of meteor showers lighting up the night sky this week. We'll have the answers for you here on Global News Network. Stay with us.
Power up with Zenith Solar Solutions and Gentech Electronics. Keep your devices running with SunCharge battery packs or the Trailfinder GPS from Gentech. Don't let the dark days leave you in the dark. Stay charged, stay connected. Zenith Solar Solutions products are designed for emergency and sustainable use. Battery life may vary depending on conditions. Gentech Electronics not responsible for signal interference or power failures.
when things go wrong, you need quick relief. That's where Vital Core Pharmaceuticals and BioShield Medical come in. From Quick Heal antiseptic cream to BioGuard masks, these medical supplies are here when you need them most. Vital Core Pharmaceuticals and BioShield medical products should only be used as directed. Keep out of reach of children. Always consult a professional for serious medical conditions.
This is Global News Network, and I'm James Peterson, bringing you breaking news from across the globe. Our top story tonight, alarming reports of a mysterious illness affecting people in multiple countries. Health officials are on high alert after patients displaying unusual rabies-like symptoms began showing up in hospitals over the last 48 hours. Here's what we know so far. The illness appears to begin with flu-like symptoms, including fever, muscle aches, and confusion. However, within hours, many patients become highly agitated, aggressive, and, in some cases, violent. A rural village in India, a man attacked several bystanders at a market before collapsing. Witnesses described him as incoherent and acting like an animal. Here's local resident Priya Patel, who was present at the scene.
He was foaming at the mouth, his eyes. It was like he wasn't there anymore. Beat a shopkeeper on the arm, and we had to hold him down until the police came. It was terrifying. No one's ever seen anything like this.
Cases have been reported in parts of Brazil, South Korea, and the United States. In Chicago, Illinois, paramedics responding to what they believed was a routine seizure call were forced to restrain a man after he became aggressive and tried to bite them. Dr. Rachel Owens from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention held a press conference earlier today to address the situation.
At this point, we are actively investigating these cases and working with international partners to determine if there is a common cause. While the symptoms are similar to rabies, early tests suggest it is not the same virus. We urge the public to remain calm and take precautions, such as avoiding contact with individuals showing unusual symptoms and practicing good hygiene.
Despite reassurances, rumors are spreading online about a connection between these human cases and the recent surge in aggressive animal behavior. Videos circulating on social media claim to show individuals collapsing in public or lashing out at bystanders. Authorities are emphasizing that these incidents are isolated for now and urge people not to draw conclusions prematurely. Still, the lack of clear answers is raising fears that this could be the start of something much larger. We'll continue to follow this developing story as new information becomes available. After the break, is your drinking water as safe as you think? New report from environmental watchdogs may surprise you. Stay tuned to Global News Network.
Thirsty Rocky River Beverages offers you a taste of the old world with Rocky River Lager and Cascade Soda. Crack one open and savor the memories of a time when things were simpler. Rocky River Beverages are for adult consumers only. Drink responsibly. Limited availability.
Power up with Zenith Solar Solutions and Gentech Electronics. Keep your devices running with SunCharge battery packs or the Trailfinder GPS from Gentech. Don't let the dark days leave you in the dark. Stay charged, stay connected. Zenith Solar Solutions products are designed for emergency and sustainable use. Battery life may vary depending on conditions. Gentech Electronics not responsible for signal interference or power failures.
This is Global News Network. I'm James Peterson, with breaking news that is unfolding as we speak. Was initially believed to be a riot in the city of Dallas, Texas, has taken a terrifying turn. Reports from eyewitnesses and emergency responders describe chaotic scenes of violence erupting in the downtown area, with people attacking one another in what some are calling an unprovoked frenzy. At least 3 blocks have been cordoned off by police, and the National Guard has been put on standby as the situation escalates. Here's a live report from our correspondent, Maria Lopez, who is on the ground in Dallas. Maria, what's happening there?
James, it's absolute pandemonium here. We're standing on the corner of Main and Elm Streets, where police have set up barricades to try and contain the violence. I've spoken to several witnesses who describe people, seemingly at random, becoming erratic, attacking bystanders, and, in some cases, even biting them. Paramedics who arrived to treat the injured have reportedly come under attack themselves. Authorities are urging everyone in the area to stay indoors and lock their doors. As I speak, I can see police in riot gear pushing back a crowd. There are reports of injuries, possibly fatalities, but details are still unclear. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Maria. An emergency press briefing just moments ago. Chief of Police Randall Morgan addressed the situation. But even he admitted that the nature of this violence is unlike anything the department has dealt with before. Here's a brief excerpt from that statement.
We're dealing with something very unusual tonight. I want to stress that this is not a riot in the traditional sense. These individuals are acting in ways that defy explanation. We are doing everything in our power to contain this and protect the public. But I urge everyone in Dallas to stay home and stay safe until further notice.
Verified videos circulating online appear to show people collapsing in the streets before suddenly springing to life, attacking anyone nearby. Some describe the scenes as something out of a horror movie. Speculation is rampant about a possible link to the recent mysterious illness that has been making headlines worldwide. While authorities have not confirmed a connection, Many are drawing their own conclusions, and panic is spreading fast. We'll continue to bring you updates as this story develops. Stay with Global News Network for real-time coverage of this unprecedented event. After the break, how prepared are hospitals for large-scale emergencies? Closer look at our healthcare system under pressure.
When things go wrong, you need quick relief. That's where Vital Core Pharmaceuticals and BioShield Medical come in. From Quick Heal antiseptic cream to BioGuard masks, these medical supplies are here when you need them most. Vital Core Pharmaceuticals and BioShield medical products should only be used as directed. Keep out of reach of children. Always consult a professional for serious medical conditions.
Hungry? You'll be glad to find a stash of Nature's Way and Hiker's Heaven meals, with favorites like Trailmaster Beef Jerky and Mountain Scramble Breakfast Pack. These aren't just snacks. They're your lifeline, and if you're lucky enough to come across some Rocky River beverages, crack one open and take a sip of the good old days, because some things are worth holding on to.
This is James Peterson with Global News Network. Tonight, we bring you breaking updates on what is now being called the most devastating public health crisis of the century. CDC has officially classified the illness responsible for the ongoing chaos as the Solanum virus. However, on the streets and across social media, a different name has taken hold: the Freaker virus. This term, inspired by the erratic, almost inhuman behavior of the infected, reflects the fear and disbelief gripping communities across the country. Doctors and scientists are working around the clock to understand the virus. According to the CDC, it spreads through contact with infected bodily fluids, most commonly bites or scratches. Symptoms include extreme aggression, unresponsiveness to pain, and a horrifying tendency to attack others indiscriminately. Here's CDC Director Dr. Katie Smith, who spoke earlier today.
We understand the public's fear, but I want to emphasize that referring to this illness as the Freaker virus only adds to the stigma and confusion. Solanum virus is a serious pathogen that requires careful containment measures. We urge everyone to remain calm and follow official guidance. This is not the time for panic.
Despite Dr. Smith's assurances, panic seems unavoidable as the outbreak worsens. Hospitals are reporting total system failures, with staff abandoning their posts as the infected breach security measures. Emergency services are stretched thin, and reports are now coming in that even military units are being overrun in some areas. To combat this, the National Emergency Response Organization, or ENIRO, begun establishing safe zones in select locations. These heavily fortified areas are designed to provide shelter for uninfected civilians. General Marcus Allen, the head of NERO, spoke to the nation earlier today.
The term Freaker viruses does not capture the gravity of the situation. This is a public health and security crisis unlike any we've ever faced. Our safe zones are your best chance of survival. Follow evacuation orders carefully and trust that NERO is doing everything possible to protect our nation.
Despite the efforts of NERO, chaos reigns in many cities. Manhattan, what began as an orderly evacuation erupted into violence when terrified crowds overwhelmed barricades. Witness footage shows infected individuals charging through the chaos, attacking indiscriminately. Military units, overwhelmed and outnumbered, were forced to retreat. Social media is awash with unconfirmed reports of safe zones being breached. While officials deny these claims, skepticism is mounting as civilians begin to form armed groups to defend themselves. The term Freaker viruses may have begun as a grim joke, but for many, it now represents a harsh reality, world unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Stay with Global News Network as we continue to follow the escalating crisis. Coming up after the break, supplies should you have in an emergency. Experts share tips on staying prepared in these uncertain times.
Out on the open road. Need to keep your wheels spinning and your back protected? Check out Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles, the name trusted. From the Forge Line Cruiser to the Rebel Steel Jacket, these bikes and accessories are built tough for whatever comes your way. Ready for anything, just like you. Iron Forge Custom Motorcycles are built for rugged terrain, but always ride responsibly. Follow safety guidelines. Limited stock available in certain areas. See store for details.
This is James Peterson with Global News Network, bringing you the latest updates in a crisis that has thrown the world into chaos. The illness, now widely referred to as the Freaker virus, or officially the Solanum virus, continues its relentless spread, leaving devastation in its wake. A grim revelation: scientists have confirmed that the virus has a staggering 100% infection rate once exposed. Advanced imaging, like CAT scans of infected individuals, shows an eerie result: total brain inactivity in regions responsible for higher cognitive functions. Yet, the infected remain horrifyingly active, driven solely by primal aggression and an insatiable need to attack. Even more disturbing are the virus's age-specific mortality effects. Children under 12 are succumbing to the illness at alarming rates, as their bodies lack the hormonal defenses triggered by puberty. Similarly, adults over 60 are dying in droves, their immune systems unable to withstand the virus's assault at the genetic level. Those between these age ranges, survival is not guaranteed. It only means infection, aggression, and a fate worse than death. Speculation about the virus's origins has reached a fever pitch. Precision of its attack on genetic markers, combined with its unprecedented lethality, has led many to believe that this is no natural virus but a bioengineered weapon. While no evidence has been made public to support these claims, the question lingers. If this is engineered, who or what unleashed it? Eyes have turned once again to China, where officials claimed just days ago to have developed a cure. That promise, however, has been exposed as a devastating falsehood. Leaked footage from Wuhan shows overrun hospitals, burned out quarantine zones, and millions of infected citizens roaming the streets. When asked about the cure, the Chinese health ministry provided no comment, fueling accusations that the claim was nothing more than a desperate attempt to buy time. Here's Professor Elaine Marston from the International Centre for Disease Control, speaking on the implications earlier today.
Public needs to understand the scope of what we are facing. This virus rewrites the human condition at the most fundamental level. If there was a cure, it would have been shared with the global scientific community by now. We are entering uncharted territory, and misinformation will only make matters worse. We need collaboration, not division.
Trust in governments and health organisations erodes. Chaos has become the new normal. Military forces across the globe are buckling under the pressure, with safe zones falling faster than they can be established. Meanwhile, unverified reports of entire towns wiped out by roving hordes of infected are becoming the rule rather than the exception. Despite these grim circumstances, survival remains possible. Experts recommend staying in small, fortified groups, avoiding direct contact with the infected, and preparing for long-term isolation. Stay tuned to Global News Network for continuing coverage. Coming up, is this the end of civilization as we know it? Roundtable discussion with leading historians and sociologists on what humanity might look like after the pandemic.
Keep your ride in top shape with Gearhead Moto. Grizzly chain and gear kits are Survivor Series tires, built to handle anything the road throws at you. Gravel, dust, or the unexpected. Gearhead Moto guarantees quality, but your safety is still your responsibility. Not all parts are available in every region. Prices vary by location.
There in the wild, you need more than just grit. You need weapons you can trust. With Black Hawk Armaments and Guardian Tactical Solutions, you'll find everything from the Eagle Eye Sniper Rifle to the Defender Tactical Vest. Ready to fight back, gear up, and never be caught off guard. Black Hawk Armaments and Guardian Tactical Solutions firearms are for licensed users only. Always follow local laws. Use with caution, availability subject to change.
This is James Peterson with Global News Network. Tonight's broadcast may very well be our last as we face the harsh reality of a collapsing world. Freaker virus, officially known as the Solanum virus, has overwhelmed not only our healthcare systems and governments, but our very sense of normalcy. As of this hour, NERO, the National Emergency Response Organization, has admitted its inability to maintain all safe zones. Despite their best efforts, resources are dwindling, and the infected continue to overrun fortified areas faster than reinforcements can arrive. General Marcus Allen, in a statement earlier today, urged those in or near compromised safe zones to prepare to evacuate immediately.
We're doing everything we can, but the situation is fluid and dangerous. If you're in a safe zone and hear evacuation orders, follow them immediately. Stay alert and stick to the evacuation routes. Nero remains committed to saving as many lives as possible, but we cannot hold all lines.
CDC has also issued an unprecedented and urgent directive. All civilians are advised to leave large cities if they can. The infrastructure collapsing and the infected swarming in massive numbers, urban centres are no longer considered survivable. Dr. Rachel Owens from the CDC pleaded with the public earlier today.
This is not a time for hesitation. If you have the means to leave a major city, do so now. Virus is spreading faster than containment measures can handle, and we cannot guarantee your safety in densely populated areas. Follow the guidelines we've distributed and avoid contact with anyone who shows signs of infection.
For many, these directives come too late. Highways leading out of cities are gridlocked, and panic is spreading faster than the virus itself. Ports are flooding in from across the nation of desperate civilians, turning on each other, competing for dwindling supplies. Here in the newsroom, we faced our own challenges. Many of our team members have left to find their families or seek shelter. Those of us remaining are committed to delivering the news as long as possible, but we've been advised to evacuate within the hour. We've also received reports that communication networks are failing in several regions, and power outages are becoming widespread. Many listening, this broadcast may be one of the last voices you hear. Hero safe zones, while limited, remain your best chance for survival. Check your local emergency broadcasts for locations, and prepare to move quickly. Avoid highways where possible, and stick to back roads. The infected are relentless and attracted to noise, so silence and caution are your greatest allies. From all of us here at Global News Network, we want to thank you for trusting us to keep you informed. Stay strong, stay safe. May we all find shelter in this storm. This is James Peterson, signing off.
Good evening, Raccoon City. We begin tonight with breaking news from Warren Stadium, where earlier this evening, a routine Raccoon Sharks football game turned deadly. What began as an ordinary game quickly escalated into a chaotic bloodbath. Witnesses report that during the second quarter, a disturbance broke out in the stands. Security initially attempted to contain what they believed was an aggressive fan, but the situation spiraled when it became clear that this was no ordinary incident. Multiple individuals were injured in the chaos, and several fans have been transported to Raccoon General Hospital, many in critical condition. Emergency response was swift, but even with 50 police officers on the scene, it took nearly an hour to bring the situation under control. Authorities are urging citizens to remain calm and stay tuned for updates. Raccoon General has reported that they are at full capacity and prioritizing the treatment of critically injured victims from tonight's horrific events. This shocking incident has left Raccoon City shaken, and rumors of more to come continue to grow. Stay with us as we follow this developing story. Reporting from Warren Stadium, this is News Network, keeping you informed.
Since its founding, the Raccoon City Orphanage has been a place of safety, laughter, and dreams, welcoming children who need a place to call home. Through the support of our community, the orphanage continues to grow, giving every child a chance for a brighter future.
I love it here. Miss Angela reads us stories every night, and I have so many friends now.
At Raccoon City Orphanage, we believe every child deserves a loving environment. Our dedicated staff, along with local supporters, work hard to provide children with the education, care, and joy they deserve.
And one day, I'm gonna be a doctor.
With your help, we can continue to build dreams. Visit our website to find out how you can volunteer or donate to support our mission. Together, we're building a brighter future for the children of Raccoon City. Raccoon City Orphanage, creating hope, one child at a time.
For those just tuning in, we are covering what can only be described as a rapidly unfolding emergency across multiple areas in our viewing region. Reports are coming in from cities, suburbs, and rural areas alike, describing violent, erratic individuals, some who appear severely injured but are still, inexplicably, moving. We now have Dr. Ethan Marks joining us, a professor of epidemiology with over 20 years of experience studying viral outbreaks and contagion behavior. Dr. Marks, thank you for being with us. The public is eager for answers.
Thank you, Mara. What we're seeing here is troubling, to say the least. I can't confirm the cause of this phenomenon with the information we have. The symptoms suggest an infectious agent. Seems to impact neurological function, possibly causing brain damage and heightened aggression. Infected individuals appear drawn to sounds and movement, signs that this could be a virus or pathogen that alters behavior.
Dr. Marks, do we know if there's any way to stop those who are affected? And how can people protect themselves?
Well, Mara, I cannot stress enough. Stay indoors, lock your doors and windows, and avoid unnecessary noise or movement. If infected individuals do get inside, they seem unusually resilient. Based on reports, physical trauma to the head might stop them, but we advise against direct confrontation if it can be avoided.
Imagine a place where luxury meets the clouds, a sanctuary above the city. Welcome to Fiddler's Green, Pittsburgh's premier high-rise residence, reserved for the rich, powerful, and discerning. Set on the breathtaking triangular peninsula of downtown, Fiddler's Green offers stunning panoramic views of Pittsburgh's rivers, framed by floor-to-ceiling windows in every suite. From exclusive rooftop lounges to private pools, every inch of Fiddler's Green is designed to cater to your most exquisite tastes. For those who have made it to the top, Fiddler's Green is the ultimate reward, where luxury isn't just enjoyed, it's expected. At Fiddler's Green, the world below becomes just a beautiful backdrop to your life above. Fiddler's Green, because once you've arrived, there's no reason to leave.
Ladies, life keeps you moving. Work, workouts, and everything in between. But for the recovery you deserve, trust AquaCure by Umbrella Corporation. AquaCure's advanced formula, crafted specifically for women, replenishes and revitalizes. Designed to help your body recover, AquaCure targets sore muscles, improves hydration, and supports a healthy, balanced recovery. Because you give it your all, and you deserve the best. AquaCure from Umbrella Corporation. Embrace a stronger, healthier you. Umbrella Corporation, building a better world. Side effects may include slight drowsiness, improved stamina, mild cellular adaptation, or occasional bioenhancement. Consult your doctor to find out if AquaCure is right for you.
Turn Colonel Hayes, thank you for joining us. The public is desperate for guidance. Can you tell us about safe zones and any plans to evacuate civilians?
Yes, thank you, Mara. We understand the fear out there, and we are working with local and state officials to establish safe zones. Currently, we're setting up heavily fortified sites at local stadiums, schools, and hospitals across major towns and cities. People are being directed to these locations where there will be medical assistance, shelter, and National Guard security.
Colonel, what precautions are being taken at these safe zones to ensure they aren't compromised?
Each safe zone is being guarded by National Guard units trained to handle hostile situations. We are establishing controlled entry points and screening for any potential symptoms. Once inside, civilians will be directed to safety areas with designated zones for families, elderly, and children. Our goal is to keep these sites secure, but it's critical that people follow the instructions given to ensure everyone's safety.
Welcome to Moon's Donuts, the heart of downtown Raccoon City since 1938. Family owned and operated for generations. Moon's Donuts has been serving up smiles one delicious donut at a time. Step inside and experience the warmth of our cozy shop, where each donut is handmade with love. From our classic glaze to seasonal specialties, every bite is a taste of tradition. Our secret recipes have been passed down through the family, ensuring that every donut is just as delightful as the last. Whether you're grabbing a quick breakfast on the go or sitting down with a fresh cup of coffee, Moon's Donuts is the perfect stop for everyone. Our friendly staff is here to make your day a little sweeter, and we pride ourselves on our community spirit. Join us at Moon's Donuts, where every donut tells a story. And don't forget to try our famous maple bacon twist. It's a local favorite. Moon's Donuts, where family flavor and tradition come together. Visit us today in downtown Raccoon City and taste the love in every bite.
Headaches? Sore muscles? Life can be painful, but Adravil is here to help. Adravil, from Umbrella Corporation. Fast, powerful relief with our unique biosuppression formula that starts working in under 60 seconds. Perfect for life's daily discomforts and even the unexpected. Adravil, tackling pain at the source so you can get back to what matters. Brought to you by Umbrella Corporation. Building a better world. Side effects may include dizziness, mild nausea, temporary vision distortion, or enhanced compliance with corporate policies. Talk to your doctor to find out if Adravil is right for you.
Carla, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us about what you saw and how you made it to safety?
I barely got out. My apartment complex, it was like people just snapped. My neighbor, Mrs. Darnell, she just came at me screaming. Her eyes were all glazed over, like she wasn't really seeing me. I was lucky my boyfriend got me out of there and drove us straight to one of those safe zones. It's a nightmare out there. You have to be careful of everyone.
Thank you for sharing your story, Carla. For viewers at home, please listen closely. Stay indoors if possible, and if you are in a dangerous area, make your way to the nearest safe zone, but only if it is absolutely safe to do so. We have just received an update from the CDC. We're advising citizens to take the following steps if you suspect an outbreak in your area. Avoid direct contact with anyone showing symptoms of aggression, confusion, or unusual injuries. Lock doors and barricade windows if you can. Limit travel and, if possible, stay out of vehicles to prevent road congestion. If you're bitten or injured, seek medical attention immediately or go to a safe zone. They're urging everyone to stay calm. Keep communication devices handy and help any neighbors who may be isolated or in need of assistance. Once again, please remember that these shelters are designed to provide safety and medical support. Supplies are limited, but everyone will be given food, water, and a place to rest. As a reminder, please do not attempt to leave the city or crowd highways, as they are congested and unsafe at this time. We'll be continuing our live coverage throughout the night, bringing you updates as more information comes in. Stay tuned for emergency broadcasts, and please follow the instructions provided by officials. Remember, we are all in this together. Stay calm and stay safe. For now, this is Mara Klein, reporting live. Keep your families close and hold on. Help is coming.
Welcome to the Apple Inn, Raccoon City's cozy getaway nestled right near the vibrant Jack's Bar. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, the Apple Inn offers the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. With spacious rooms featuring modern amenities and stunning views of our bustling downtown, you'll feel right at home. Enjoy our complimentary breakfast each morning, relax in our lounge, or take a short stroll to Jack's Bar for the best local brews and a lively atmosphere. The Apple Inn is more than just a place to stay. It's your gateway to experiencing the heart of Raccoon City. Our friendly staff is dedicated to ensuring your stay is memorable, offering personalized service and local recommendations to help you make the most of your visit. So whether you're unwinding after a long day or gearing up for an adventure, make your reservation today at the Apple Inn, where comfort meets hospitality in the heart of Raccoon City.
Good evening.
Concerning Raccoon City, reports suggest that Chief Irons has made some interesting decisions regarding the stars. In its future, sources close to the department indicate that there have been discussions about restructuring the unit, which some residents interpret as a step backward in our fight against the unknown. While some citizens express concern over these decisions, officials maintain that the chief is acting in the best interests of the city. Safety of our community is our top priority, stated a police spokesperson earlier today, reassuring residents that the investigation is ongoing and that they should not be alarmed. As the situation unfolds, it is crucial for the community to stay united and support our law enforcement. We can only hope that the STARS team will have the opportunity to fully investigate the issues at hand without interference. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. This is News Network.
Looking to feel full and satisfied without the extra calories? Introducing Umbrella Noodles, the delicious way to stay on track. At just 100 calories a bowl, Umbrella Noodles give you the full feeling you crave, minus the guilt. Made with our unique, scientifically crafted blend, Umbrella Noodles keep you fueled for hours without weighing you down. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or anytime you want to keep it light and feel just right. Enjoy great taste while staying on your weight-watching goals. Because with Umbrella Noodles, satisfaction doesn't have to come with extra calories. Umbrella Noodles from Umbrella Corporation, building a better world, one bite at a time, may contain traces of bioengineered ingredients. Consult a dietitian to ensure Umbrella Noodles align with your dietary needs.
This is David Liu, reporting live from I-95 just outside of the city. As you can see behind me, traffic is at a complete standstill. Thousands of people have abandoned their cars in what has become a desperate attempt to flee the city. People are simply trying to escape. Some are running down the median, some have climbed barriers, and others have resorted to attempting shortcuts through fields and side roads. The panic is palpable. Folks are shouting at one another, and some are leaving behind belongings as they flee. Fear and confusion are spreading, and law enforcement is nearly non-existent at this point. Sir, I see you're here with your family. Can you tell us what's going through your mind right now? How did you end up on the highway tonight?
We just ran. That's all we could do. Got a call from my sister. She said there was a break-in on her street, and people were going crazy, attacking each other. I thought she was exaggerating until I saw it with my own eyes in our neighborhood. Grabbed what I could, threw everyone in the car, and I didn't think it'd be like this here. We barely moved a mile in hours, and now they're saying it's dangerous to even be out of the car. I don't know how I'm supposed to protect my kids like this.
It's a terrifying situation, John. You know where you're headed.
Hey, we don't have anywhere specific. Just heard the shelters are opening up at the stadium, but it's too far to walk with the kids. We're just praying the soldiers can help clear a path soon.
There are reports of violent behavior on the road, and it's clear that some people are, well, they're no longer themselves. We've seen attacks. Random, senseless violence. People are being pulled from their cars and, as you can see, there is real danger here. We've been advised to keep a safe distance from anyone exhibiting these symptoms. Glazed eyes, unresponsiveness, and aggression. Officials say the best thing to do is to stay inside your vehicle if possible, lock your doors, and avoid making loud noises that might draw attention. Authorities have designated several safe zones around the city, but getting to one from here is nearly impossible. People are hoping to get directions or some kind of escort, but National Guard and police presence on the highway has been limited. Sir, ma'am, thank you for talking with us. We're out here on the road at this hour. Did you leave your home due to the outbreak?
We had no choice, young man. My wife has a heart condition. I'm her only caretaker. When the power went out, I figured we should try to reach a safer place. We heard they've got medical help at these shelters.
Thought we'd be safer in our own home. But then I heard people breaking into houses nearby, and I saw them in the streets. It wasn't safe anymore.
I'm so sorry you're going through this. Have you been able to get any updates from officials about the shelters?
No, don't have anything but a battery-powered radio. We heard they're setting up safe zones, but the way things look, it feels like we're on our own out here.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Collins. Truly hope you find safety soon. Relief may be on its way, folks. Seeing National Guard troops arriving now, directing people back to their cars, trying to clear the highway and restore some order so people can reach the nearest safe zones. Those at home, please stay inside and stay informed through emergency broadcasts. Highways like I-95 have become chaotic and incredibly dangerous. I urge anyone listening, if you can stay off the highways, please do so. If you're here already, please listen to authorities and move calmly if at all possible. Panic is the real danger right now, and it's putting people at severe risk. We will stay live here as long as we can. This is David Liu, reporting live from I-95. Stay safe, stay inside, and keep watching for updates.
Life can be unpredictable, but now you don't have to let the bumps and bruises slow you down. Introducing First Aid Spray from Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, the full healing solution trusted by medical professionals and adventurers alike. Just one spray, and you'll feel the difference instantly. Whether it's a minor scrape, a twisted ankle, or those unexpected accidents, First Aid Spray provides complete, fast-acting relief. Scientifically formulated, Umbrella's First Aid Spray goes beyond ordinary first aid. It's full restoration in a can.
It's like magic. Keep a can with me everywhere. One spray and I'm back on my feet in no time.
From the trusted labs of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, First Aid Spray. Because life doesn't have a pause button. First Aid Spray. Quick, reliable, and always there when you need it. Use as directed. For external use only.
Good evening, listeners. This is the Midnight Hour, bringing you the latest developments on the rapidly escalating situation in Raccoon City. What was already a dire situation took a tragic turn earlier. Tonight, a rescue helicopter meant to evacuate nearly 40 refugees from the western part of the city crashed shortly after takeoff. Right now, it's unclear if there are any survivors. As of 9 o'clock tonight, Raccoon City is under strict quarantine. Authorities have ordered all civilian movement to cease. No one can enter, and no one is allowed to leave. Only authorized military personnel are being permitted within city limits, and entry is closely controlled. The images we're hearing about paint a disturbing picture. Barricaded streets, shuttered windows, hospitals packed beyond capacity. And the National Guard, despite their best efforts, is struggling to maintain order as resources dwindle and the infected seem to be multiplying. Officials from the CDC and the Department of Defense are working around the clock, but every indication points to things getting worse before they get better. If you have loved ones in Raccoon City, I don't have to tell you how difficult this must be. But hold on to hope. We'll keep you updated throughout the night and bring you any new information as soon as we get it. Stay tuned, stay vigilant, and as always, stay safe. We'll be right back.
Imagine a place where luxury meets the clouds, a sanctuary above the city. Welcome to Fiddler's Green, Pittsburgh's premier high-rise residence, reserved for the rich, powerful, and discerning. Set on the breathtaking triangular peninsula of downtown, Fiddler's Green offers stunning panoramic views of Pittsburgh's rivers, framed by floor-to-ceiling windows in every suite. From exclusive rooftop lounges to private pools, every inch of Fiddler's Green is designed to cater to your most exquisite tastes. For those who have made it to the top, Fiddler's Green is the ultimate reward, where luxury isn't just enjoyed, it's expected. At Fiddler's Green, the world below becomes just a beautiful backdrop to your life above. Fiddler's Green, because once you've arrived, there's no reason to leave.
Headaches? Sore muscles? Life can be painful, but Adravil is here to help. Adravil, from Umbrella Corporation. Fast, powerful relief with our unique biosuppression formula that starts working in under 60 seconds. Perfect for life's daily discomforts, and even the unexpected. Adravil, tackling pain at the source so you can get back to what matters. Brought to you by Umbrella Corporation. Building a better world. Side effects may include dizziness, mild nausea, temporary vision distortion, or enhanced compliance with corporate policies. Talk to your doctor to find out if Adravil is right for you.
Good evening, listeners. Welcome back to the Midnight Hour. You're just joining us. We're covering an unprecedented emergency gripping the nation. Reports started as isolated incidents, scattered, strange encounters. But tonight, it's something much larger, something most of us could never have imagined. What we're dealing with isn't just chaos in the streets. It's not just an outbreak. We're getting calls, terrifying calls, from people all across the country reporting attacks by what many are now calling ghouls. The authorities are fighting to contain these things, but the situation is changing by the minute. People need help, and their last resort. Calling 911 tonight will take you inside those desperate calls. These are the voices of our neighbors, our friends, each one calling for help as they face something out of a nightmare. Listen closely. These are real 911 calls. They may be the last words from people struggling to survive.
911. What is your emergency?
Hello? Hello. Please help me. They're in my house.
Okay, can you tell me who is in your house and where you are right now?
My neighbors, Mrs. Young and her husband, they just came in, broke the window in the living room, and crawled through. I don't know what's wrong with them. They look like they're dead or something. I locked myself in my bedroom, but they're banging on my door.
All right. Stay as quiet as possible and don't open the door. Are you somewhere safe and secure?
I think so. But I can hear them scratching, moaning, like they're hungry or something. Mrs. Young, she was always so nice, and now, her face, I could see part of her cheek missing, and she was still moving. God, what if they get in?
We're sending officers to your location right now. Try to stay calm. Is there anything you can use to barricade the door?
I'm trying. I put a chair under the knob, but they sound like they're getting angrier. Why are they doing this? What's happening out there?
We're working to figure that out, but I need you to focus on staying safe. Officers will be there soon. Can you tell me if there's any other way out of your room?
There's a window, but I'm on the second floor. The door's starting to splinter. They're breaking it.
And that was call 2. Folks, What you just heard was the terror that so many across the country are experiencing right now. Every call we play is a reminder of just how fast things are changing out there. Now, stay with us. Our next recording comes from a young caller, a teenager hiding from infected neighbors who've turned violent and relentless. But before we play call 3, we're going to take a brief pause. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more coverage of these harrowing moments here on the Midnight Hour.
Ladies, life keeps you moving. Work, workouts, and everything in between. But for the recovery you deserve, trust AquaCure by Umbrella Corporation. AquaCure's advanced formula, crafted specifically for women, replenishes and revitalizes. Designed to help your body recover, AquaCure targets sore muscles, improves hydration, and supports a healthy, balanced recovery. Because you give it your all, and you deserve the best. AquaCure from Umbrella Corporation. Embrace a stronger, healthier you. Umbrella Corporation, building a better world. Side effects may include slight drowsiness, improved stamina, mild cellular adaptation, or occasional bioenhancement. Consult your doctor to find out if AquaCure is right for you.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead have been returning to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to be reporting this to you, but it does seem to be a fact. All persons who die during this crisis from whatever cause will come back to life to seek human victims, unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that we must sign off for now. The situation has escalated rapidly, and it has become increasingly dangerous for our crew here at the studio. Reports of the dead walking in the streets have reached our location, and we can no longer guarantee your safety or ours. If you're listening, please stay indoors, barricade your doors, and remain vigilant. Follow the instructions from local authorities and emergency services. We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates as soon as we can. Remember, your safety is paramount. Keep your loved ones close, and stay alert. We'll return as soon as it's safe to do so. Until then, this is Ben Robertson signing off. Take care, and stay safe.
Got that end of summer bug. Allergies acting up. Swing by Sam's Pharmacy for all your health needs. From cold remedies to flu shots, we're here to keep you going. Stock up on hand sanitizer too. We've got a big sale this week, just in case of those unexpected germs. Remember, health is wealth. Visit us at Sam's Pharmacy downtown and keep yourself feeling great.
Good evening. We're following breaking news from South America, where reports of violent riots among factory workers have erupted across several cities. What initially appeared to be a routine labor dispute over wages and working conditions has taken a drastic turn, with escalating tensions leading to clashes with law enforcement. Footage from the ground shows thousands of workers marching through the streets, demanding better pay and working conditions. Amidst the protests, we're hearing disturbing accounts of bizarre behavior among some individuals, reports of aggression and erratic actions that seem to correlate with them. Growing unrest.
This is Miguel Torres reporting live from downtown Sao Paulo. As you can see, the situation is tense. Workers, fueled by frustration over wages and long hours, have taken to the streets in what they believed would be a peaceful demonstration. However, as the night has progressed, we've witnessed a shift. Some protesters are exhibiting violent behavior, attacking both police officers and fellow demonstrators. We've received reports that a few of these protesters were seen earlier today exhibiting signs of illness. Witnesses described them as frenzied and delusional. It's unclear whether this is related to the ongoing infection crisis that has been developing worldwide, but officials are beginning to connect the dots.
Thank you, Miguel. Authorities attempt to regain control of the streets. Health officials are urging the public to remain vigilant. There are fears that this unrest may be linked to the same infection, causing chaos in other parts of the world. Reports indicate that in areas where protests have erupted, there's been an increase in aggressive behavior.
We are monitoring the situation closely. It's crucial that we maintain a level of awareness regarding the symptoms associated with the infection. If anyone is exhibiting aggressive behavior, confusion, or other signs of illness, they should seek medical attention immediately. This is not just a labor dispute. It may be a symptom of a much larger crisis.
As the situation unfolds in South America, it's important to recognize that what seems like a routine labor uprising could have deeper implications. Authorities are deploying additional resources to the area, and we encourage everyone to stay tuned for updates as we follow this developing story closely.
Looking for fresh produce and groceries you can trust? Green Grocer Market has just what you need. We've stocked up on all essentials with fresh bread delivered every morning and a new shipment of bottled water arriving this afternoon. We're hearing there's been a little uptick in emergency shopping, but don't worry. Green Grocer has your back. Stop by today and pick up everything you need to keep your family stocked and safe. Green Grocer Market, serving the Raccoon Valley with quality and care, rain or shine.
Good morning, Austin. 7:45, and you're tuning into the WPLR Morning Show. Hope you've got your coffee, and maybe a little patience, because it's been one strange morning. Traffic's pretty backed up on the main highways, so if you're heading out of town, expect delays.
Hey! Are you guys hearing anything about, people acting weird? My buddy texted me saying some guy just went nuts in the subway.
Whoa, sounds like someone missed their morning coffee. Hey, we're keeping our ears open. Stick with us for updates and keep it locked on 95.3 WPLR, keeping Austin rockin'.
Good evening. Following breaking news from South America, where reports of violent riots among factory workers have erupted across several cities. What initially appeared to be a routine labor dispute over wages and working conditions has taken a drastic turn, with escalating tensions leading to clashes with law enforcement. Footage from the ground shows thousands of workers marching through the streets, demanding better pay and working conditions. But amidst the protests, we're hearing disturbing accounts of bizarre behavior among some individuals, reports of aggression and erratic actions that seem to correlate with the growing unrest.
This is Miguel Torres, reporting live from downtown Sao Paulo. As you can see, the situation is tense. Workers, fueled by frustration over wages and long hours, have taken to the streets in what they believed would be a peaceful demonstration. However, as the night has progressed, we've witnessed a shift. Some protesters are exhibiting violent behavior, attacking both police officers and fellow demonstrators. We've received reports that a few of these protesters were seen earlier today exhibiting signs of illness. Witnesses describe them as frenzied and delusional. It's unclear whether this is related to the ongoing infection crisis that has been developing worldwide, but officials are beginning to connect the dots.
Thank you, Miguel. As authorities attempt to regain control of the streets, health officials are urging the public to remain vigilant. There are fears that this unrest may be linked to the same infection causing chaos in other parts of the world.
We are monitoring the situation closely. It's crucial that we maintain a level of awareness regarding the symptoms associated with the infection. If anyone is exhibiting aggressive behavior, confusion, or other signs of illness, they should seek medical attention immediately. This is not just a labor dispute. It may be a symptom of a much larger crisis.
As the situation unfolds in South America, it's important to recognize that what seems like a routine labor uprising could have deeper implications. Authorities are deploying additional resources to the area, and we encourage everyone to stay tuned for updates as we follow this developing story closely. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll be right back with more news on this critical situation and the ongoing infection crisis affecting our world.
Howdy, folks. It's Lenny from Lenny's Home Supply. Fall's coming, and if you're getting your place all cozy, we've got the supplies you need. Stock up on batteries, lanterns, and even basic medical kits if you're the just-in-case type. Yeah, we've heard the rumors. People acting a bit strange. If that's got you feeling nervous, come grab one of our disaster prep kits, just in case. Remember, whatever happens, Lenny's got your back. Located right off of Main Street. Open 9 to 6, so swing by.
Good evening. We interrupt regular programming to bring you breaking news of a tragic incident tonight, one that's still developing under deeply unsettling circumstances. Approximately 8:45 p.m. local time, a commercial passenger flight, Flight 235 from Chicago to Boston, crashed outside of Louisville, Kentucky, and officials are still scrambling to uncover the cause of the crash. But early reports indicate a series of violent disturbances erupted on board moments before it went down. We're learning that in the final moments of the flight, air traffic controllers received a distress call from the pilot, reporting uncontrollable aggression from several passengers. One emergency transmission claimed that passengers were attacking each other. Authorities suspect that the outbreak currently affecting several cities may have, tragically, reached the passengers on board Flight 235.
It's incredibly rare for pilots to report this kind of behavior mid-flight. Captains sounded alarmed, almost panicked, which is very unusual. From the transmission logs, we can hear them struggling to regain control of the cabin as some passengers became violent, even trying to break down the cockpit door. This level of aggression is beyond anything we've seen.
Thank you, Dr. Chambers. Officials at the crash site have warned nearby residents to avoid the area. Citing potential contamination concerns, authorities are working with hazmat and emergency medical teams to isolate the site as they search for survivors. However, sources at the scene describe finding several bodies exhibiting unusual injuries. We're refraining from sharing those details until we have official confirmation, but it's safe to say this is unlike any crash site they've seen.
I was just driving home when I saw it. This fireball falling from the sky was huge, and when it hit, it shook everything. Then, as I got closer, I saw people running around, but they didn't look right. They looked like they were in pain, like something was wrong with them.
We're hearing similar reports from first responders who claim that some survivors may have shown signs of infection consistent with the aggression report in nearby cities. We'll continue bringing you updates on this developing story, but as a precaution, officials are advising anyone within a 10-mile radius to remain indoors. If you're listening and have loved ones near the crash site, make sure they stay away from the area. This outbreak is unlike anything we've seen, and it's spreading fast. Our thoughts are with everyone affected tonight, as we all try to piece together what's happening. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated as we know more.
Veterinary clinic. Whether it's time for your pet's checkup or a little extra TLC, our doors are open. Our team is here, ready to help. Today, we're running a discount on pet food and emergency kits for pets. Make sure you've got what your furry friend needs if you're planning to hunker down. Stop by Happy Pup Veterinary, keeping our city's pets safe, no matter what.
This is Jeff Harper at Harper's Hardware, reminding you that preparedness starts with the right tools. We've got flashlights, axes, work gloves, everything you need to be ready for anything. Whether it's a storm, a blackout, or, I don't know, the sudden need to board up a window, we're here to help. Come down to Harper's Hardware today, because you never know when a little prep work can go a long way. Open late tonight if you need us.
Good evening, listeners. This is Midnight Radio, and if you're just tuning in, I'd like to start by saying we're experiencing an unprecedented situation. Reports are coming in of widespread chaos, violence, and illness. We're receiving word from across the country of what officials are now calling an infection of unknown origin. Now, we're hearing from emergency services that this infection is somehow affecting people's behavior, causing severe aggression and erratic actions. Spreading fast, cities that were just dealing with isolated incidents earlier today are now under emergency lockdown orders. If you're in the downtown area of any major city, please shelter in place.
This is Paul Decker, reporting from a crowded highway just outside Philadelphia. I'm watching people abandon their vehicles here as traffic grinds to a standstill. Those walking seem disoriented, some even coughing or stumbling. There are whispers from paramedics on the scene about fungal growth on infected individuals' bodies. We don't yet know the cause, but it's a terrifying sight. I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you, Paul. For those just joining us, we're dealing with something beyond explanation. A sickness that seems to be spreading through contact and possibly even spores. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and health officials are warning against close contact with anyone showing symptoms. His illness appears to be tied to a type of fungus, something called Cordyceps, species that normally only affects insects. Somehow, though, it seems to have mutated, making the jump to humans. And from what we're hearing, once symptoms appear, they progress at an alarming rate.
My husband, he works at a food processing plant. Came home acting strange, couldn't keep his balance, and then he just attacked me out of nowhere. Skin looked almost like there was something growing under it. Please, someone tell us what's happening.
Our thoughts go out to everyone affected by this. Officials are still piecing together how this infection spreads, but we're advising everyone to stay indoors and seal any vents or windows. Avoid anyone showing signs of aggression, confusion, or unusual coughing. The CDC has not yet confirmed how this fungus travels, but we're hearing speculation that it may be airborne in confined spaces. We'll stay on air as long as we can, bringing you every update we get. Please stay with us, stay calm, and stay safe. And remember, avoid anyone showing symptoms. We'll be here, and we'll get through this together. This is Midnight Radio, signing off for now.